In this video, we're going to talk about functions. So we have some built-in functions in Python, such as the type function that we used earlier in the first videos. So let's remember it, and if we have an integer and we want to know the type of this value, we'll simply use the type and we'll get the class int. So this value is of type integer. Now, the expression in parentheses is called the argument of the function. So whatever we have inside the parentheses is the argument, and the argument is a value or variable that we're passing into the function as input. So let's see some other built-in functions in Python. So for example, we have the max and min functions that gives the largest and smallest values in a list, or in a list of words or characters, or even integers. So let's suppose we have the string called hello world. So let's call it S, and inside the string we have hello world, and let me just put it like this. And if we print the max in this string, we're going to get W. So characters in Python have numbers. And for example, let's say that the letter A starts at the number 60 and it goes on until A, B 61, C 62, and so on. And here our letter W is the largest between all of the letters, even though we have this capital H, or even if we add a capital Z here and let's run this code, we'll also get W. So let's see how these characters are placed. So here we have the ASCII of the characters. So for example, we have the capital letters starts at 65 until 90, and then we have the lowercase letter with starting at 97 all the way until 122. So as we can see that W has 119, and in this case it is the biggest between all of the characters, even it is bigger than all of the capital characters. And let us print the minimum using the min function and min s. So what we're going to get is the space. And if we go back to this, so let's see, let's add this one, for example, to our code, to our string here. So we're going to add this curly brackets and let's run this code. So the maximum is this character. Now we still have the len function, that is, it returns the length of a specific string. So let's say that we have hello world, and let's use this length len as run this code, we'll get 12. So this is the length of our string hello world, starting at 0, 1, 2, ending at index 11. However, it only counts how many characters we have, including this space. So this space is included in the counting. Now let's see some conversion functions. We already used one before, and it is the int function. And let's suppose we have a number x is equal to 50, and if we want to convert, let's suppose we have a string called number and it will be equal to 50, and we want to convert it into an integer. So x will be equal to int of this number. Let's run this code, print it out before. Let's print x plus 1, and let's run this code. We're going to get 51. Now suppose we entered y, u, and Let's run this code. As we said, that we get this error. Now we also have a conversion from floating point into integers. So we already saw this one. We also have the float. Before, let's convert a floating point into an integer. So here we have 5.5. Let's run this code. We get 6 just because we were adding one here. Let me just erase this and we'll get 5 even if we have 5.9999. And this code will also get 5. So whatever we have as a floating point, we'll just ignore everything after the decimal point and just store the number on the left. We can also convert an integer into a floating point. So to do that, let's suppose we have an integer called x and the value is 5, and in this case we need to store a floating, let's name it floating, and we'll use the float function and x. Then let's print floating. Let's run this code and we'll get 5.0. We can also convert to a string. So let's suppose we have this integer 5 and x as string. Let's use the str function inside x and print the type of this. So type of x as string. Let's run this code. We'll get str. So we have here the number x. Let's print here the type of x and compare both types together. Let's run this code. We'll get int and str. So what we did here is simply convert the x from integer to a string. So this is it for this video. See you in the next one.